Hello, beautiful women, and welcome to your first of 6 yoga classes. Today we will be starting in a comfortable seated position. So if you'd like to find yourself sitting up on a block or perhaps a bolster or a blanket, just to give your hips a little bit of space, and go ahead and make any adjustments that you might need. And then when you find your nice tall seat, get comfy. Allow your spine to stack nice and tall and reach the crown of your head to the ceiling. You might find a slight engagement of your abdominal muscles just to sit up nice and tall. So yoga means to join. It is the connection of all of the layers of you. And I invite you over the next 6 weeks to explore what yoga means for you. To me, it means dropping away from the busy world for a little while. It means connecting with that part of yourself that has an innate knowing. And it means turning up the volume on your intuition. So, most importantly, enjoy your class today. We will start by closing our eyes. So begin to tune into your breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And see if you can make your breath a little bit longer, a little bit slower, and a little bit more smooth. Can you soften the belly and fill all the way up with each breath in? Can you relax the body and let it be a little heavier with each breath out? If you've noticed that your mind has immediately started to wander, that is okay. That is quite literally what the mind is made to do, to think. But find that moment of awareness, that realization that you are thinking, and just come back to your breath once again. Finding that longer, slower, and smoother inhale and exhale. Take one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Find one more easy breath in and one more easy breath out before we breathe together. Inhale to inflate the belly, expand the ribs, lift the chest, fill all the way up, and hold for 3, 2, open the mouth and side out. 2 more just like that. Inhale to inflate, expand, lift, fill all the way up and hold for 3, 2, open the mouth and side out. Last one, the biggest breath you've taken all day. Expand, inflate, lift and fill. Sip in a little more air and hold for 3, 2, and open the mouth and sink back into your body. Now when you feel ready, blink your eyes open. Swing your hands over the cross in your legs and come to a nice comfortable tabletop position. So knees are directly underneath your hips and your hands and wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. We're gonna run through a few cat-cow, one of my favorite poses to practice. So as you inhale, drop your belly, pull the chest through the gateway of your shoulders and gaze up. As you exhale, round the spine, make space between the shoulder blades and let the crown get heavy. Begin to flow at the pace of your own breath. Once again, seeing if you can stretch out the length of each inhale and exhale. Use this cat-cow practice to assess where in your body you're holding on to any tension. And then give yourself permission to linger in those places of tension. Do you want to pause for a full round of breath to stretch out the shoulder blades? Do you want to pause and give your hips a little extra love? Whatever feels good for you. And then begin to let your cat-cow get a little off track. Maybe you're bringing a stretch into the sides of the body, doing what's called a barrel roll. Enjoying that stretch in the lats and in the rib cage. Or maybe you want to begin to move the hips a little more, widening the knees and making full circles with your hips, exploring the movement that feels good in your body in this particular practice. And then when that feels about even, no rushing, but you'll begin to meet me in that nice neutral table. And then planting your right palm directly underneath your face. You might want to keep your knees a little bit wider. Push into the palm, find strength in your right arm, and as you breathe in, reach your left fingertips to the sky. Gaze up, follow those fingers. Pause in this twist, and take a big breath in. Side out. Left fingers find the earth directly below your face. Push up and out of that left palm and inhale to reach the right fingers high. Pause in this place and take another full breath in. And as you exhale, bring your right fingers back down to the earth. Find that tabletop with your wrists a little bit further in front of your shoulders this time. Spread your fingers wide. Point your right fingers, your index fingers rather, to the front of your mat and curl your toes under. And then lift the hips nice and high. Find strength in your upper body and keep space between your shoulder blades as you pedal your feet out. Say good morning or good day, whatever time of day it is that you are practicing, to the back of your legs. Wake them up a little bit. Bring some life into your body. And then perhaps you want to find an inhale as you bend your knees very deeply. Exhale to straighten. 2 more, inhaling to bend. Exhaling to straighten. Last one, inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And then pause in stillness for a moment. And just know that your heels do not have to touch the earth, but they're going to aim that way. Lift the kneecaps and engage the muscles of your quads as you rotate your inner thighs behind you. And then find strength in your upper body and separate your shoulder blades once again. We're just here for one more inhale. And then bend your knees very significantly. Look towards your hands and start to go for a really nice, slow walk to the front of your mat. Find your feet about hip distance apart. Find a very generous bend in the knees and let your upper body fold. Grab either elbow and let your neck completely relax. The crown of your head aims towards the ground and you're looking back behind you in between your legs. And then keeping your heels on the earth, gently and slowly shift the weight of your body into the balls and the toes of your feet. You might feel your upper body get a little heavier. And then from here, you'll take a big breath into your upper back.
Inside out. You might feel a little cracking or popping. One more round just like that. And then release the hold on your elbows. Bend your knees even more and begin to roll all the way up. One vertebrae at a time, stacking on top of one another. Bring that stretch into the back of the neck. And then the shoulders and the head are the last to arrive. From here, just find a gentle sway back and forth. Allow your feet to massage themselves into your mat. Spread your toes wide and set them down. Grip the mat with your feet, almost like you're trying to lift your inner arches. And then engage the muscles of your legs by lifting your kneecaps. Tuck your tailbone down and your belly button in towards your spine. You're going to be squeezing your glutes. Open the chest and bring the shoulder blades a little bit closer together. And allow your palms to open and face forward. Your chin is parallel with the earth. Crown reaches high. This is your mountain pose. Close your eyes and just take a moment to feel your balance. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And here we go, a little flow. Bend the knees. Inhale, reach your fingers high. Allow your palms to touch. Gaze up. Exhale your hands to heart center. Bend the knees. Inhale, reach up. Palms touch. Feel that stretch in the abdomen. And this time, as you exhale, lean all the way forward. Find your fold. Bend your knees. Slide your hands up your shins. Inhale to halfway lift. Back is straight, shoulder blades together. Exhale, bend the knees. Plant your fingers on the earth. And then slowly step that left foot all the way back. Find a low lunge and find a little bit of organic movement as you say hello to that left hip flexor. And then finally settling with the right knee over right ankle, setting the left knee down on the earth. Option to squeeze your thighs together, your inner thighs, and lift, or you can walk your hands up onto your knee. Let your hips get a little heavier. And when you're ready, inhale, reach your fingers high. Lift the chest, palms come to touch. Exhale, lean forward, plant the palms, lift that back knee, and then step your right foot back to meet your left. Knees come down, and then hugging your elbows into your rib cage, slowly lower all the way down onto your belly. Your hands are underneath their shoulders, your toes are untucked. Begin to squeeze your legs, lifting just your knees off the earth, and squeezing your glutes to protect your low back as you inhale to lift your chest and gaze. Exhale, lower. Pushing into the palms and the knees, curl the toes under. Lift first into your table and then into your downward facing dog. Find a few moments just to pedal it out. Take a big breath in and a slow breath out. And then once again, moving that left foot, this time forward in between your hands. Find some movement here. Acknowledge your right hip flexor. Feel the stretch in your left hamstring. And then finally settle with your left knee over left ankle. Right knee finds the earth. Option to walk your hands up on your knee or squeeze your inner thighs together. Find balance and lift all the way up. Pause and let the hips get a little heavier. And then inhale, reach your palms to the sky. Lift your chest. Feel that stretch even more in the right hip flexor. And as you exhale, bring your fingers down to the earth. Curl your right toes under, lift your knee. Send yourself back and then forward into your fold. Bend your knees. Grab either elbow. Let your crown get heavy. And shift the weight of your body once again into the balls and the toes of your feet. Take a big breath into the upper back and side out. Release the elbows, bend the knees, and inhale to rise all the way up. Roll the shoulders as you arrive.
Good. And here we go, other side. Find a little bend in the knees. Inhale, reach the palms high, let them touch. Lift the chest. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend the knees, inhale, lift, palms touch. Exhale, fold all the way down, find your fold.
Inhale, halfway lifts, hands slide up the shins, back is nice and flat.
Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, and this time we start with our right foot, stepping it all the way back, finding some movement, and then settling with the left knee directly over the left ankle, right knee finds the earth. Maybe this time you challenge yourself and squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, lift your hands all at the same time. Let the hips get a little heavier. From here, inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hands come forward, finding the earth on either side of that left foot. Right knee lifts, and then step the left foot back to meet your right. Tiny plank here. Come down on the knees, hug the elbows into the side of the body. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, slowly lower down onto your chest. Push into the tops of the feet, squeeze your glutes together. Hands are underneath the shoulders, elbows are by your sides, pulling your shoulders back. Inhale to a baby cobra. Exhale all the way down. Push into your hands and your knees first, and then lift all the way up and back into a downward facing dog. Take a few moments to pedal it out, finding your breath. And when you're ready, step your right foot forward in between your hands once again. Find a gentle sway. On a side note, it is absolutely okay if you have to help your foot get it where you want it to be. That's not a problem at all. Settle with your right knee over right ankle. Left knee finds the earth. And this time, if you're up for a challenge, squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale and lift your hands and your chest all at once. Exhale to let the hips get a little heavier. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lean forward, plant the palms on either side of your right foot. Lift your left knee, find momentum, and then step forward into your fold. Let your upper body get heavy. Bend your knees very generously. And inhale, begin to rise all the way up. Find a little shoulder roll as you stand. And then resist the urge to fidget. Find your eyes closed. Relax the muscles of your body. Perhaps you notice a gentle sway from side to side. And then blink the eyes open. Find a bend in the knees. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, fold.
Inhale, halfway lift.
Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step both knees back, find that table once again. And then set your knees really nice and wide as the mat. Untuck your toes, and then find a gentle sway in the hips as you slowly start to move them back towards your heels. And then notice that stretch in your groin, in the inner pelvis. And then maybe as you reach your arms up overhead and keep that sway, maybe you can feel a little stretch in the sides of the body. Enjoy that movement. Your fingers are tented on the earth. Your arms are engaged. Find one more big breath in. And then exhale to relax your upper body. Let go of any tension in the arms. Set the forehead down on the mat, or a block if that's available for you. And let the skin of your forehead crinkle towards your nose. Close your eyes and find your breath. Can you make your inhales a little longer, a little smoother, a little more full? Can you make your exhales a little more relaxing?
let your body become a little heavier with each breath out. And gently lifting the head, looking towards the hands, tenting your fingers once again on the earth and engaging the muscles of your arms. Walk all the way over to the left side, reaching with your right fingers as far as they will go. And before you go down to the earth again, take a big breath into the right side of your body. Exhale, release. Let the arms and the forehead rest once again on the mat. Tune into your breath. Find 3 full rounds of that longer, slower, and smoother breath. When you finish that last exhale, lift your gaze towards your fingers, tent them on the earth once again, and then walk them back through the middle and all the way over to the right, reaching with your left fingers as far as they will go. Find a big breath into the left side of the body. Exhale to melt. Let your arms and your forehead get heavy and find 3 full rounds of breath. When you finish that last exhale, you can look towards your fingers, tent them on the earth, and walk them back through center. And then all the way into your body. Bring your knees a little closer together and rise up so that you're standing on your knees. Then you're going to make sure that they're still a little bit wider than your hips. Curl your toes under and bring your hands to your low back and slightly on top of your glutes at the same time. We're going to be practicing just a tiny little back bend here. So if you're new to back bends, I encourage you to keep your hands on your low back. You're opening up your chest and bringing your elbows together behind your body. Imagine that someone is hooking their thumbs underneath your armpits and lifting from your armpits. This is not about bending in the low back. This is about lifting the chest. So find a squeeze in the glutes and slowly begin to lean back and lift your chest skywards. Keep your chin tucked into your chest and feel the strength in your quads as you lean back a little bit. If that feels good and you want to slowly allow your gaze to trace over the ceiling, let the crown get heavy behind you and pause one more time for a big breath in. And then come out the way you came in, slowly lifting your chin and slowly releasing your hands from behind you. Sit your hips back on your heels once again and come into a short child's pose, releasing any tension that we've created in the low back. Sit your forehead down. Find a nice full inhale and a slow exhale. And then rise back up on your knees once again. Curl the toes under. You can stick with that, or if you'd like to take it one step further, then just follow along. Imagine someone's lifting from the armpits. Hands come to the low back. Begin to squeeze the glutes. Send your hips forward. Keep your chin tucked into your chest. If this is as far as you'd like to go, then pause here for a full breath. Or maybe you'd like to reach one hand down to the inside of your ankle, thumb on the outside, and then the other. And then once again, opening through the chest, sending the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, lift the gaze, and let the crown get heavy. Find an inhale and an exhale. Gently coming out of this the way that you came in and being mindful of your back. And then find a child's pose. Good job. Release any of that tension that we've just created in the low back. Maybe you find a gentle sway of your forehead from side to side on the mat, moving your hips as well. Find one more full breath. And then as you rise and exhale, lift the crown high, and then swing your feet around to the side and let them come out in front of your body. Make sure that there's space behind you on the mat, and then slowly lay your body back. From here, you can hug your knees into your chest and find a gentle rock and roll on the low back. And then bring your hands to your shins just below your kneecaps and send your knees out wide, almost like they're trying to get to your armpits. Find a gentle sway. Notice that stretch in the inner pelvis. This is a variation of happy baby. And if you would like to take this one step further, if this isn't feeling like it's enough of a stretch for you, and then you can lift the soles of your feet to the sky and bring your peace fingers to your big toes, or you can even hold on to the outside of the arches of the foot or the inside. But notice what's happened in the chest. If you're creating a lot of compression in the upper body or a lot of tension in the upper body to try and reach your feet, then maybe you could go back to that first variation. If this feels fine for you, then pull your shoulders down to the earth and puff up your chest, flex the feet, and notice that stretching in the glutes, that compression in the pelvis, and find your breath. Release your hold on your feet or your knees, and just gently hug the knees back into your chest. Maybe you want to roll the ankles. Maybe you want to send your legs up straight into the air and your arms rolling the wrists and the ankles. This is dead bug. Feels good. And then when you feel ready, you can bring the soles of your feet down to the outside edges of the mat. We're going to bring a gentle twist into the body. So hug the shoulder blades together underneath your body so that your chest is nice and open. And then with your feet, with that width of the mat, let both knees fall to the left. You're bringing a stretch into the right hip, the right side of the body, and then maybe you send your arms out wide in a T, or perhaps they find a U. To complete this twist, you might even turn your gaze over to the right. Allow your body to become nice and heavy. Close your eyes and connect once again with your breath. See if you can bring a little bit more expansion into the place in your body where you're already feeling a significant stretching sensation. See if that inhale can bring a little more intensity. And then when you've released your last exhale, bring your gaze back through center, and then your knees, and pause in the middle. Maybe you even hug your knees into your chest just for one more moment. Close your eyes and see if you can notice a difference from one side of your body to the other. And then setting the soles of your feet back down as wide as your mat. Walk the shoulder blades together to open the chest. Let both knees fall to the right. Arms could be in a cactus or a T. And then let your gaze turn to the left. Close your eyes and tune in once again to that place in your body where you're feeling the most significant stretch, and send your breath there. Feel that expansion. And with every exhale, let your body become a little bit heavier. Find 2 more full rounds of breath. you've released that last exhale, bring your gaze through center and then your knees. And then send your legs out long. And if this feels okay on the low back, you can keep them here. Maybe you want to reach underneath your glutes and pull them to the side, allowing the tailbone to find the earth. If you're feeling discomfort in the low back, then you can bend your knees and bring the soles of the feet to the wide edges of your mat and allow your knees to fall in. From here, you want to walk your shoulder blades a little bit closer together and then widen your arms. Let your palms face the sky and lengthen the back of your neck. Close your eyes. Let go of any control over your breath. And begin to notice all of the places where your body is touching the earth beneath you. And allow a heaviness to seep into these places. Relax the skin of your forehead and the skin around your eyes. Let go of any tension from the skin of your scalp, your temples, your cheeks, the skin around your nose, your mouth, and your chin. Find space between your back teeth and relax your jaw. Notice a heaviness seep into the shoulders and shoulder blades. Allow that heaviness to make its way down your arms, past your elbows, forearms, and into the back of your hands. Notice your torso completely relaxed, and that heaviness has seeped into your pelvis. It travels down the legs, past the thighs and knees, into the calves, and finally the back of the heels. Your ankles, feet, and toes are completely relaxed, and you are peaceful. Please stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. And thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.